Hey guys, so it is September 6th. It's Wednesday and it is 11:30 and I'm about to head to campus. So I just bought a parking permit, unfortunately, $350 later, but luckily it can just go credited onto my account. And technically it's not being paid because I dropped out of 3 of my classes, so my account balance is currently negative. So whatever's added, it'll just go up until it hits 0 basically. So that's nice, at least, but I dropped 2 classes, so I'm only taking a photography class and a production class. So the production class is the second to last class that I need for my major, so I only have 1 more in my major, which I'm taking next semester. And then I'll officially be done with the major, but I'm super behind on credits, and I'm even more behind on credits because I dropped 3 electives. No, I dropped 2 electives, 1 core class. So I still need 1 more core class. That was ethics. I was gonna take that, but it's just gonna be way too much work. And like the teacher said, like he's understanding that this is a core class. He's not gonna make it super duper hard, but I've taken classes like that and the teacher said that, and then it's been way too much work. So I'm just focusing on what I can mentally handle right now, and that is just 2 classes. So I'm heading to one of them. I only have 1 class on Wednesdays, and then I have 2 on Mondays. So as you can see, I have switched to low bar squatting, and basically the only difference between low bar and high bar is the bar placement, which is why low and high is used in the name. So in high bar, which is what the majority of bodybuilders do and gym goers, you're going to have the bar sitting on your traps, whereas low bar, it's going to be sitting on your rear delts. So the difference in this is going to be the muscle groups that are being used, whereas for a high bar, you're getting mostly your posterior chain, and low bar you're recruiting more so your glutes and your hamstrings. So you're also using a lot of your lower back in low bar, so if you do feel a little bit of tightness there when you're squatting, that's why you're just using it more so, because you are leaning forward more, and it's just recruiting a lot of different muscle groups. So your high bar squat is usually going to be more quad dominant. For myself, not so much, but that's just because I'm glute dominant. And your low bar squat is going to be recruiting your glutes and your hamstrings, like I said earlier. So those are the reasons why people use both of those squats, but the main reason is for competition purposes. For powerlifting, you're just trying to move as much weight as you possibly can, and most people can do that in the low bar squat more than they can in a high bar squat. My high bar squat basically plateaued at 185, and it was just impossible for me to push weight without having like joint issues, which shouldn't be a problem. So I switched to low bar. It feels a lot better. The only thing is the discomfort in the wrists, but that's something that you get used to over time. I'd say my projected max for that right now is probably around 170 pounds. So considering I only just started low bar squatting and I've only been doing it maybe for 2 weeks consistently, I'd say that's pretty good. Obviously I'm used to the squat, but low bar just feels way more comfortable for me. I have such a short torso and long legs, so with just a little bit of leaning forward, I feel like I have so much more power coming out of the hole. So I just got out of class. It was really short. It's only 2:30, so it was literally half an hour, and I'm usually supposed to get out at 3:15. So got out early, which is nice. I got Swedish fish. I'm eating some of these cookies because I don't have any food in my apartment, so that's fine. But we are going to head to the grocery store. So last time I went and got groceries, I went to Wise because Wise is nearby campus, so it just kind of makes sense since I'll usually go after class. But I think I might go to Mars today. I'm going to just double check to see like if I need a card and how easy it is to sign up for one, see which one's cheaper, and that's the one I'm gonna go to because I'm just really cheap. But I literally, when I say I don't have any food, like my fridge is completely empty. So I got my groceries. They ended up being $65 $3, I think. So pretty good considering I got everything that like I ever eat, like literally ever, because my entire fridge and freezer are completely empty. So it is literally just pouring outside right now, so should be a nice drive home. So we are going to do the quickest grocery haul in existence because my camera's about to die, but ended up going to Wise. It's cheaper than Mars, and it's literally like 2 minutes away from campus, so I can just go there after my classes. So that's where I'll be going. So the first two things that I got are some chips. So Wise has their own brand of snacks, and a lot of them are buy one get one free. So we got some popcorn and some regular chips. So I'm not a huge snacky person because I tend to eat foods that are pretty filling in general. But with that being said, I do like to have snacks at the apartment, especially if I have people over, so they can like have something, but we don't have to make an actual meal. And then I went ahead and I got some bread. So I just pick up whatever bread is on sale. So this is the butter bread. This was $2, and I keep my bread in the fridge because it tends to last a bit longer. I picked up some eggs. These are the eggs that I always go for. These are just the Wise nest-free eggs is what they call them. It's basically their version of cage-free. Now keep in mind, like if you've never bought cage-free eggs before, they're not really cage-free. They're cage-free at some point during the day, but they're in cages because they are chickens. So just keep that in mind. If you're like trying to do better, just stop eating eggs completely. I mean, do what you can, like buy cage-free, nest-free, free range if you can, but just know that that's not how they're treated 24/7. So then we've got some beans. So I picked up some regular black beans and some regular seasoned black beans. These aren't regular. So I got seasoned and non-seasoned. These were 69 cents each. I only buy things that are on sale at Wise because I'm cheap and I don't need something so badly that, you know, like I can't wait a week or a couple days for it to be on sale. Like I can always go back to the grocery store. So then we also got some light red kidney beans. I got a bunch of tuna. So tuna was on sale as well. I don't remember how much it was, but it was really cheap. I think they were all $1. So we got the Star-Kissed chunk tuna light in vegetable oil, and I got 2 of these. I had this when I was in London and it was delicious, so I thought I would go ahead and get that again. And then I just picked up, oh, I actually got 3 of them, just kidding. I lied. So these are really, really good. And it's in vegetable oil, so. And then we got some sugar. So this is just light brown sugar. I add sugar to my oatmeal because I make my oatmeal pretty much with oats, a little bit of syrup, and then some brown sugar. And I also add it to my teas. So we went ahead and just got a small bag of that. I got 2 containers of tofu. They didn't have any of the firm, which is what I tend to get. So I just went ahead and picked up the extra firm. This is by Nasoya. Their tofu is a little on the pricier side, but I don't have like an Asian food market near me, which is where I usually get it, which tends to be a lot cheaper because their stuff is cheaper in general. All right, I charged my camera a little bit. So now to continue, we got some broccoli slaw. So this is broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage. This is the one that I tend to pick up just because the macros on it are pretty good, and this is non-GMO, and that's something that I think it's just very irritating that there's so many genetically modified foods. I'm like, we don't need to modify our vegetables. I don't really understand. So went ahead and got this. There's 5 carbs and 2 grams of protein in 1 cup. So that is a pretty decent amount. I got 2 things of veggies. So these are the ones that I tend to pick up. So these are just the ones that Wise has. It's a Sicilian blend. Carrots, onions, cauliflower, green beans, yellow squash, zucchini, and red peppers. And then I also get the Peking blend. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but this has broccoli, carrots, green beans, onions, sugar snap peas, and red peppers. So I get this one because I really, really like sugar snap peas, and it's kind of hard to find them by themselves unless you go to like a Whole Foods store, like an Asian food store. Like a lot of grocery stores don't just sell sugar snap peas where you can bag them and it'd be a reasonable price. So I just get them frozen. And then I got some coconut oil. So this stuff is pretty cheap. This is $4. Coconut oil is very, very expensive. So you get 14 ounces in here, and it's 3 grams of protein per tablespoon, and obviously 14 grams of fat. Pretty sure all oils have 14 grams of fat in a tablespoon. We got some sweet relish because I do a lot of veggie burgers, like if I don't know what to eat. And I also like to have relish and pickles with eggs. Like, I know that might sound weird, but I really, really like it on sandwiches. So I just went ahead and got the Wise sweet relish. And obviously I picked up some ketchup, nothing special there. I got some jam because I do like having toast. I haven't had toast and jam in so long because I just haven't had any jam. But I also like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So this is just the strawberry preservatives, and there's a lot of sugar in it. So I try and keep my sugar intake towards fruit and not processed food. So this is like somewhere in between, so it's not too bad. But for 1 tablespoon, there's 5 grams of sugar and 13 carbs. Then I picked up some red potatoes. So red potatoes are a huge staple in my diet because you can basically have them with anything. I really like to saute them, but I also like them baked. You can also steam them. You can put them in the oven. Like, you can do so much with potatoes. So I got some red ones, and then I also got these white ones. So this was $4 for 5 pounds. So I think that's a pretty good deal. And these are just white, or I guess they would also be called golden. There's a couple different names for them, but went ahead and got those. I picked up 5 bananas. I tend to get them when they're more green in the front and turning yellow in the back because I want these to last for a while. I got some fruit. So last time I went to Wise, they did not have a sale on their fruit. Each bag was like $4, and I was like, I'm not paying that. So this time it was 3 for $10. So I got 1 bag of sliced peaches. I got 1 bag of mango, and then I got 1 bag of strawberries. And the last thing that I picked up were some veggie burgers. So I went ahead and I got the Morningstar Garden Veggie, and then I also got the Morningstar Original Chicken Patties. I've never actually tried these. This one is really, really good. My favorite is just the Grillers Original, I believe they're called, but they just didn't have any for some reason. So I thought I would try out the like chicken patties. So I'll let you guys know how these are, but it was 2 for $7, I believe, maybe even cheaper than that. So that's a pretty good deal. I don't eat a lot of soy, so all of these like fake meat products are made with soy or pea protein or some other like vegetable protein for the majority of the time. So I don't have a lot of soy in my diet, but I do love tofu and I love some of those fake meats. So I try and keep it minimal just because, you know, too much of anything is a bad thing, and soy is one of those things. I'm not vegan, I just don't eat meat. I do eat seafood, and I'm lactose intolerant. So I'm in like this weird in between, but we chillin'. I also really, really like eggs. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you in my next one. I love you.